In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a polygon to Google Earth showing exactly where the property is. And then with that, you can then take photographs or screenshots from Google Earth of the area, which we can use in our marketing. Plus, we can find some additional photographs on Google Earth that we can also use in our marketing. I'll show you how to do all of that. So for this example, I'm going to use a property that I just purchased in Utah. And I purchased it from a woman named Donna Barnett. I'll tell you why that's important in a minute. And it's right by a little town called Modena. So as you notice here in my podio, I have the 4 coordinates listed, and that's part of one of the things that you're going to do in the due diligence process is get those 4 coordinates, and I'll show you that in a separate video. But right now, what you see is I can just take this and copy it, and I will put that into Google Earth, and it will fly me right to that location. It's magic. There it is. Now, as soon as I put another coordinate in here, this one will disappear and it'll give me the other one. So what I want to do is come up to this little thing that looks like a push pin and add a push pin. And I'm going to call that Northwest. And save it. And then I'm going to come down here, and just for each of the 4 coordinates, this is going to be northeast. Now, for some reason, this one is showing up just a little bit to the right of the road. I'm going to bring it over a little bit so it's actually on the road. It looks pretty good right there. Okay, I'm going to call that northeast. Okay, now I'm going to get the southwest. There it is. Add a pin, call it southwest. And then finally, we'll do southeast. Oops. Put it in. And same problem as the other is the northeast. It's just a little bit to the left of the road. So I'm going to move that over just a little bit so it's right on the road. So it'll make a nice polygon. I should do that in just a minute. There it is. And we'll call that southeast. Okay. Now we want to build a polygon. So coming back up to a menu here, you see this little funny little shape here with the plus sign. It says add polygon. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to call this Barnett Modena. So Donna Barnett's the one who sold me the property. Modena is the town it's near, and that way I kind of keep all my marketing under this moniker, and that way I know which property I'm dealing with here. I don't want to get rid of this box yet, so I'm just going to kind of push it out of the way. Now as I come up here, you see it makes this little box, and I'm going to just click, one little click, and then I'm going to come over here, and one little click, down to the southeast, one little click, and to the southwest, one little click, and voila, there is my property. Now it's saving it in red. That's something I did earlier, but basically I just click in here, and I go find, I usually use red, so I just go and find a color that I like, and make sure it's red. That way, when I pull out to look at the property or take pictures, it really stands out. Now you notice that when I take the pictures, I don't want these push pins here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click into this little box up here, which gives me my menu on the left, and I'm going to unclick the pins. It makes it disappear. There's one that doesn't disappear, and this was the last location that I actually selected through the search window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click into that one, and I'm going to cut it. Now it's gone. Now when I pull out, I can see where my property is relative to other landmarks. In this case, we've got the town of Modena over here. But then what I can also do is I can look at the property with some different views. Now, where did it go? I've got to pull back. And it's right there, so I need to, oops, uh-oh. Oops. Not too fast here. Stick it right there in the middle. But what I really want to do is I want to see it from the perspective of the mountains nearby. Still a little bit closer. Here. A little gamesmanship trying to figure out exactly how I want this thing to look. Let's see. Let me put this in the middle. If you double click, it flies. So that's good. That's a good view right there. So I've got, if you look down the bottom, I've got Route 56, so I've got a main road. I see where the property is in this whole layout, and I can see that you've got a view of mountains. So that's really nice. So then what I would do is I would come up here, it says Save Image, and I click on it. Now, I can save that anywhere. So what I've done here on my, this is on my local computer, is I've selected pictures, and then there I've got something called Land Edge Marketing, and then, oops, and then it just goes to some properties. But what I could otherwise do is I could have a set of folders for the different counties I'm in, and then within the county I'll show the property. But in this case, I'm just going to the property, and I can just say this is Google Earth view to the north, and I save it, and I'll be able to use that in my marketing now. And I could take this and the compass, and I can look at the properties from some different angles. This would be facing, let's see, this is facing to the west, facing south, and that would be facing east. So you can see I could take some different pictures, and I could change the angle. Maybe in some cases what I want to do is I want to pull it in really tight because I want to see what the terrain of the property looks like. So there I can take a closer up shot. And if I wanted to, what I can actually do is I can I want to edit this. Let's see. So I can come back here to Style and Color, and I could change the opacity. I can say let's make it 25 or 50. Right? So now I can see through it a little bit. And that looks pretty good for potentially for all of the pictures, but with this one I can still see what the terrain looks like. And then maybe I want to take a picture, really pull it out. No, it doesn't. You can't really see too much right there. But you know, sometimes depending on the size of the property, if I had a bigger property, we would come out with a bigger square, and I could see more. All right, now next thing is it's sometimes in Google Earth you see all these pictures that are there. This is a picture. This is a picture. So what I do is I just look at these pictures and say, is there something I might want to use? Well, that's a beautiful picture. And frankly, from that picture, you can't tell whether that's my property or not. That's actually a beautiful picture to put as the key picture in an ad so it shows up in the search window. So I'm going to click on it. It takes me to Google's Panorama. And I'm going to click on it again. There it is. And then finally, open the photo page. So I'm going to click on that. Oops, that's not good. I want to leave it. That's where it was. Okay, I'm going to, how do I do this? View the original image. That's what I want. View the original image. So this just basically creates its own window, and now I can open Safari or whatever the browser is that you're using. And now I can save the image as, let's just call it, just so I remember it, red sky. Call it red sky view of the mountains. And there it is. And I like this picture because it also shows that there's power lines across that road, which is nice. So I might want to use that picture. And then go back to Google Earth. And then you can see this button says go back to the, oops. Google Earth just closed out. Reopen. Now it's just going to come back to the United States. It's not going to go back, and it's not going to save the polygon because I wasn't logged in. But that's okay, actually. I'm not too worried about that. Here at Podio. Pick any of those points. And it'll take me right back. So I can look around. Now let's just say there's some attractions in the area that I want to take pictures of. So, you know, it's near Modena. So let me pull that a little bit. You'll see I'm near Modena there, but I'm also near Beryl Junction. And Beryl is up here. Come a little bit further. There's Newcastle. So I might want to take pictures of all these things just to show what's nearby. So I can just collect, you know, sheep side of the road. So I can just collect pictures and figure out which ones that I want to use in my marketing. So that's how you do it. That's how you use Google Earth. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.